the immigration officer did something very weird. If you are coming through a placement here or something like that, gonna be front and very mean with you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a sit down video. As promised, I am going to be making videos on request. Now I am here firsthand, I'm experiencing everything. So if you guys want to know my opinion, if you want to know what was my experience, then you can always comment down below and I'll make more videos on that. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my immigration process and why it was nerve-wracking for me and it could have gone better. So I'm going to just talk to you in like 2 bits. First, I'll explain what happened in my immigration process and why it went the way it did. And second, I'll tell you things which you can do to improve your situation as a whole and what you should and should not be doing or saying. But firstly, before we jump into the video, I just want to highlight the fact that immigration is at an all-time high in the UK. The news is constantly broadcasting it, and just now there was an article which I read which said that there is a lot of misuse of the immigration process being done by the foreign students. So that's why the scrutiny is actually gone up. That was the whole reason why I had the experience which I did, which is the first point. So basically what went down for me was I was traveling with my friends and their process went smoothly. It was me who got caught for like 15 minutes in the queue and everyone was just moving so quickly, and then I got worried when it took so long. Okay, the questions which you will get asked in the immigration process is firstly going to be the same exact ones which you would be asked in a visa interview. But those of you who are not giving a visa interview, then it would be similar questions to that being asked in CAS. But the only thing is, in CAS, they don't care really why you are exactly coming. The scrutiny will be done on you being a student mainly. But when you are doing the visa or a immigration process, the scrutiny will be on your purpose of visit. So they will check if you're a legitimate student, more stressed on that, and they'll put a lot of pressure on you. So it'll be a lot of cross questioning. They'll ask you questions like, so what is the purpose? Okay, and why are you studying this? What is the prospect? What do you see in the future for this? Why do you want to do this degree? All that questions will be asked to understand if you are actually having the right mindset to get into that course. Now, one of the things which went down with me was, firstly, I think the error which I did was in the approach itself. When I was called to the queue, I approached with a very joyous attitude. I was happy, I was excited. So I let it on to the person who was taking my immigration process. And I think that also did not fly well because it got suspicious at one point. And I'd say maintain a neutral tone throughout the whole immigration process. Just don't try to be excited or try to be nervous because that can lead to complications because they'll just get more worked up. Now I remember the immigration process started that way and quickly turned into an interrogation, and then I was asked to show the proof of my pay. I was asked to show my bank statements. I was asked to show all the things which you would submit in the CAS, basically everything I was asked to show. But after that went down, everything was done. I had shown everything, but I was still not allowed to go. Then the immigration officer did something very weird. He called a few more immigration officers, and then that is when things got a little annoying for me because then I had like 2-3 immigration officers and this is not happening for anyone else except me. So that is when I got scared, and then I still stayed calm because I am not one who would crack under pressure because I've done a lot of public speaking. So then I was just standing there and I'm like, okay, now what is going to go down because I've shown everything. And then I heard them speak to each other and they're like, he's trying to get in and he's telling that he's a student and he's come here alone. He's come through his own funding and he has like bank statements and stuff. So what they were basically debating about is the fact that if I'm actually a legitimate student and should I be allowed through. And then after that, the weirdest thing that happened. So I was not completely prepared for it. So they started asking me questions about my degree, which I studied earlier, which is my bachelor's degree. And they started asking questions in subjects. So they asked me what subjects did I study. I mentioned income tax, I mentioned marketing, business, all that. And then they started asking me the tax structures and stuff of India to see if I actually know all of that. But luckily, because I have studied extensively on all that, I could answer all their questions. And then they were convinced, okay, this kid knows what he's doing. So I overheard one of them say that, okay, he seems like one of those smart ones, just let him through. And that is when I was allowed to go. So I was relieved when I heard that. So even before I got the stamp off, I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to get through. And then a few more questions here and there, and then I got through. So this can happen with you. It may be because you're jovial or if you're trying to be too timid, then they might be suspicious because there are so many cases of Indians, Pakistanis, basically Asians who are coming here who are not coming with the intention of studying. They come here, they stay in the college for a week or month, then they run. They run off, they start getting these jobs, and they start working on cash, though it is illegal, they start doing that, and then they continue with that, and they just stay back here. So that is one thing which is happening a lot over here. Even the news is documenting this. I just saw one video on Sky News as well, and there are so many Indians also who are getting involved into all this. So of course, now I'll tell you the second thing which you should keep in mind is what you shouldn't be saying to them. And see, now we all know, we all come through the CAS, and we know that we shouldn't be saying certain things now related to you staying back over here or related to you moving to the UK. What is your purpose? Of course, some of you might be coming with the purpose of staying with a job, or wanting to settle down, or wanting to get a citizenship in the future. But please refrain from mentioning any of that, even in your immigration process. And always have a backup answer, like a thorough, in detail answer, even if you're planning to stay back or if you're planning to get a job. It's up to you. It's totally your opinion. Because I personally wouldn't choose that. I would probably move to another country. So you might have a different approach. You might want to work a corporate job here. So whatever it is, please have an extensive explanation of why you will be going back to India and what you'll be doing in India, even if you're not planning to go back, because the details matter to them. And if you give a very vague answer that, yeah, I have a family business, that's everyone's answer. Don't do that. Just say, yeah, I have a family business, I have to go back and take care of that. Then why are you studying? That is what they'll ask you. They'll literally ask you that. They're going to be very upfront and very mean with you. They'll not be rude. They'll not say anything wrong, but they'll cross question you and they'll hold you on that. So have a very extensive answer ready so that you don't get into trouble. And of course, please don't be stupid enough to say that I'm planning to stay here, or I'm planning to study here, and then I might get a job. And if they ever mention if you are coming through a placement year or something like that, and if they ask you why have you taken a placement year option, then I would recommend that you say that it was an additional thing which was there as an add-on on my course, and I wanted to experience and see how working in the UK would be like. So that is an option I opted for, but it's not something I'm really keen on. Something like that could do much better than just saying, yeah, I want to work here. So please be ready with some or the other answer and come prepared. And you may not get into a situation which I did, but just in case if that ever comes to happen, then be ready with your answer. So I think that is it, and that is all I had to say. So it's not going to be that hard, trust me, it's very easy. It's just like a CAS interview, it's going to be basic. But if you've not given a CAS interview, still don't worry, don't panic. The answers are going to be the same, the questions are going to be the same. They're going to ask you to produce the same documents which you had in your CAS. Just have your financial documents, physical copies with you. It can be Xeroxes, it's fine. And I didn't have a physical copy of my CAS, I had a virtual email, but that worked for them. All the best if you are planning to come this September, or if you're planning to come in this January intake, because the immigration rules are changing and they are going to get stricter. But keep your cool, keep calm, and always be present in the moment. That is all I had to say. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the UK if you're making it, and you can always hit me up with any of the questions or any other videos which you want to see. And yeah, so if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you know the drill. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.